Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. So, I wanted to talk about this because I talked about this on my last live when it came to Helvenly, and we're going to talk about it quickly. So first things first, I'm sure you guys have heard. Good morning, Mia. I'm sure you guys have heard that Helvenly gave this weak sorry ass apology. If in my personal opinion, it's a sorry ass apology, but I'm gonna actually let you hear it. You guys can probably see it on so many social media platforms at this point, but I'm gonna let you hear this apology and why I feel like it was fake as all hell.
I love y'all. I'm just emotional right now because and again, let me apologize for what I said before. I made a lot of people feel uncomfortable by something I made, and it was mistaken. And I want to say I apologize. It was an ignorant statement I made about being a real man, or whatever. I want to apologize for that again and again. Y'all know, if y'all know me, y'all know I didn't mean anything by it, but it doesn't take away from somebody I might have hurt their feelings. So I will apologize for that again and again and again. I was wrong. That was an ignorant statement, and I recant that whole thing. I love y'all. I'm So when you have a conversation with somebody, if somebody gets upset.
So here's the thing. Because a lot of people are doing a contrast based off of what she said about gay men not being real men and her apology. If you look at the body language, her initial comment, she kept staring in the camera. She wasn't flinching. She didn't stutter. She seemed very confident about what she was saying and was standing 10 toes down on what she was saying. The apology, she said it was mistaken or mistaken. I don't see how. I mean, you said what you said and you said it with confidence and you didn't even have a moment of thinking about what you were saying, but she's barely looking in the camera. Thank you, Mia. That's exactly what I was saying. She's barely looking in the camera. If you look at this, you know what? Forget it. I'm actually going to go over there. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? Let's just do it because fair use hopefully is not going to be a big issue. I'm just going to play it right now because at this point, you guys have probably heard and seen it, but I'm going to show you guys really quick because the body language to me shows me she not sorry for a dang on thing. She said what she said. She's just saying that for PR control in a situation. So I'm not feeling it at all whatsoever. So let me share the screen and we're going to get into it. We are going to get into it. Let's go here because I want y'all to hear what she has to say. So let me share. Y'all see it. And so, yeah.
Y'all, I'm just emotional right now because
fair use.
And again, let me apologize for what I said before. I made a lot of people feel uncomfortable by something I made, and it was mistaken. And I want to say I apologize. It was an ignorant statement I made about being a real man, or whatever. I want to apologize for that again and again. Y'all know, if y'all know me, y'all know I didn't mean anything by it, but it doesn't take away from somebody I might have hurt their feelings. So I will apologize for that again and again and again. I was wrong. That was an ignorant statement, and I recant that whole thing. I love y'all. I'm just emotional right now because what it is. So when you have a conversation with somebody, if somebody gets upset and it goes to the left, most men, real men, not gay men, not bitch men, you know what I'm saying? The guys that are kind of soft, but real men are gonna feel like, you know what I mean? Straight men are gonna feel like if you tell my wife to shut the fuck up, I'm gonna have a problem with it. I mean, that's just it is what it is. So when you have a conversation with somebody.
So, like I said, if you see the difference, nah, I'm sorry. It's not a real apology. It's get the hell off my back. And the only way I'm going to get y'all off my back is by giving this fake apology. In my personal opinion, Heavenly said what she said. She meant what she meant. Now, with that being said, where does Funky Dineva come into this? Well, Funky Dineva actually gave his opinion on this situation. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. And this is where what I was talking about, was it yesterday when I had this live or the day before yesterday, how there is an underlying beef. Like there is a deep issue when it comes to Black women versus Black gay men. And this is why I say, in my personal opinion, what he says just proves, and I know some people keep saying it's a Florida thing. Literally, they keep saying it's people from Florida. It's people from Florida. No, I'm not from Florida. And I just know from what I have seen, there has always, for some, not all, there's always been some who have had this deep-rooted issue when it comes amongst each other. Now, with that being said, let's go with what Funky Dineva said, which to me also shows that he don't give a shit. He just doesn't. I mean, we have talked about Funky Dineva before and the things that he said about Black women. Chloe wasn't the first time. He has definitely said things about Black women before in a very derogatory way. So, and again, that is his main audience. Just like with Heavenly, one of her main audiences is Black gay men or gay men in general. So let's go to Funky Dineva and let's see what he has to say. And some people got in his behind about this stuff. I'm trying to stop cursing, y'all. I'm trying to stop cursing. Hey, Tracy. So he has an actual picture, like a quote, pretty much saying, do y'all see why I say I don't fool up with fish too heavy? Fish. That's what he said, fish. Now, for those who are like, what the hell is fish? Now, fish was only a term used in the LGBTQIA community. Let's be clear. It was not like only within the like most recent 5 years or so, you're starting to hear fish more. That is throughout all communities, but it used to be just within the community, especially within the balls, and especially with, more like feminine features, so to speak, especially if you were trying to have more feminine features. I was always told that that was a term for each other, be like, oh, you fish, girl, you fish. It's giving fish, it's giving fish. It was a compliment within the community to actually represent, you're giving the realness, the feminine features, right? Well, it seems like some want to transfer that over to outside of the LGBTQ community. And a lot of women, they could say, I don't do cisgender, but for those who may not understand, I'm going to say naturally born women, because I never have liked cisgender. But natural born women, we don't like that fish term. Hell, growing up, if somebody said fish, that was very disrespectful, because what was they implying? They smelled like fish, right? So the fact that he starts it off that way says also a lot, in my opinion, about how Funky feels. Because I don't fool up with fish too heavy. He knows that's disrespectful. He knows it's disrespectful. He has constantly shown how disrespectful he can be when it comes to Black women. So his comment on here, it says, what Heavenly said is how most of y'all feel. Okay, so you see how he putting people in a box, trying to say this is what most of y'all feel, and how Heavenly sat up there and pretty much talked about all gay men. You see that ignorance as far as trying to group everyone together. Hey Daisy, hey Driven. So he says, my text messages have been going off all night. People want to know what I think. And so he says, here is what I think. I have learned how to navigate the world being considered less than a man since the 3rd grade. Honestly, I have no real reaction. It's another day at the office for me. Unfortunately, especially in the Black community, this is a shared thought by the majority. You don't know the majority, Funky, so how would you know that? I think he meant to say, I can't upset my makeup and disturb my tears being upset about a belief that won't change in this lifetime. Oh, he said, or I think he actually did mean I can't upset my makeup and disturb my tears being upset about a belief that won't change in this lifetime, or I can keep scrolling through Uber Eats. Uber Eats it is. These are my official thoughts, so y'all can stop asking me and tagging me. And yes, I'll still be her friend the same way I'm friends with the rest of y'all and your closeted beliefs about gay men. It's par for the course. Okay, look. Let's be clear, and this is why I said this is not a friendship. They're frenemies. They're frenemies because one, and to me, he's trying to like that's how y'all think, anyways. I'm still gonna be her friend. You're not friends. I'm sorry, but if I had a friend that I knew felt a certain way about me, like that's just like if I had a friend who was of another race and they're calling me the N with the ER and how they feel about Black people, there is no more conversation because I value myself more than that friendship. So you have to go. Okay, you have to go. So this to me is not a friendship. This is frenemies. This is we benefit off of each other. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Thank Lock Queen. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad all my crew, all my crew come in here because we be thinking alike on this topic. That's why y'all probably subscribe to me in the first place. It's literally called alive. Oh, you're at school, girl. You at school. You at school listening in. I love you for that, but make sure you pay attention in school. He's a hypocrite. I clocked him months ago. If it benefits him, he'll align himself with it regardless if it hurts his community or not. Right. I noticed in one of the comment sections, Al Reynolds' response was blah, blah, blah. You see what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, I checked out Alexander Rogers. He was going in on Heavenly. And Alexander Rogers was actually a guest on Heavenly's show multiple times. They kind of collabed together. He went in on her, not once, but twice. So at a certain point, this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't have selective outrage. Because I feel like if he didn't personally know Heavenly, he would go the hell off about this situation. But because he knows her and it benefits himself, but again, to me, he was better off not saying anything because I was like, okay, if he doesn't say anything, he's probably not going to say anything because of all the things he said about Black women in the past. Okay. But to me, he came off with this situation as if he's trying to play the like a victim type situation, like this is what y'all do to us anyways. And it's like, no, sir, you're not of Heavenly's generation. Heavenly is born, I think she was born in the early 70s. He's an early 80s baby. Like, honestly, yes, there was definitely a lot because my friends, we're around the same age, Funky and I. I know some of my friends who are gay went through some things, but it wasn't as near as severe as and this is what they say, as those who came before them. So the fact that he is saying that, to me, in my opinion, this is an example of how there is a constant beef amongst some Black women and some gay Black men. And for the life of me, I really don't understand why. The only thing that I can think of is that it stems from childhood. It stems from childhood because, hey, Belle, yeah, because I don't know Funky Dineva's relationship with his mother. I don't know the relationship with the females that he has in his life from growing up, but he doesn't seem to really like Black women. And that's my opinion. He does not like Black women. He likes to benefit off of Black women, but he doesn't really like them, in my opinion. And to me, it keeps showing. Just like, to me, Heavenly shows that she don't like any damn body. Hell, Heavenly don't even like herself. You know what I mean? So, and you should see his comment section. His comment section is up. Like, people like, please explain to me why you referring to women as fish. Like, can you like throw that term away? He knows he said it to be disrespectful. He knows it. And literally, another girl says, most of us do not feel that way. Direct your anger towards those who deserve it. And that is the issue here, is that he literally just took a majority. He said most of y'all think this way. He pretty much talked about Black women like, yeah, y'all fish. And I know I'm disrespecting you by saying that, because I know you don't like it, but what you gonna do? That's the way I gathered. To me, that's the way he made it seem. I don't give a shit how you feel. You know what I'm saying? But this one guy, I'm gonna have to read to you guys this one comment, and I actually love what this guy said. He said, Miss Funky Dineva, this is not up for debate. What she said was homophobic, and we get it. She's your bestie. But for 4 hours a week, you sit up on your talk show and have all the smoke for the White House administration, the Republicans, white people. But when one of your besties say something so disgusting that half of the Bravo Nation wants her fired from her job, you want to make it into this debate just because you use big words that most people don't understand. I see right through that. And then he said, you just don't want to answer the question. Well, let me take it from your bestie's book. If you're a man and man enough to criticize the president, if you're man enough to criticize Republicans in Congress, if you're man enough to criticize racist white people, then you definitely should be man enough to put your bestie in her place. And the sad part is, someone that she loves so deeply is going to be more offended by those words and hurt by those words than any gay man in America. Her words really hurt. And that poor boy, sad. Now, that poor boy that this guy is saying that he's talking about, allegedly, they talking about Heavenly Son. I don't know if y'all still watch the show, but the son that I guess apparently is going to be a dentist and following in his mother's footsteps. Yeah, well, apparently a lot of people are saying, especially in the LGBTQIA community, they saying that he's on their team. I don't know how true that is. So that's why I say it's a big allegedly. So that's why I think this guy is saying that poor boy, because she actually got one that she's birthed that is a part of the community, allegedly. So interesting enough for her to say what she said could really cause some issues even in her own family. But a valid point indeed. Because again, it's the selective outrage for me. To me, right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm actually going to put this up so you guys can see what this guy said, because, I read it, but I want y'all to actually read what he said, because he went in. He went in. So this is the guy that said what he said, what I just read. And got a point. He has a point. You know what I mean? Like you can talk all of this stuff. Now, I am not subscribed to Funky. He pops up in my algorithm from time to time, but I'm sure he has said a lot about the administration and everything else. And a lot of people have. But at the same time, if you're standing on right is right, wrong is wrong, regardless on who it is. You know what I mean? Like, regardless on who it is. So the fact that he still didn't even say in his little comment, she was wrong. She was wrong for what she said. And I do not appreciate, I don't tolerate that type of behavior. But, at the end of the day, we will talk about it. She's still going to be my friend. He didn't even say she was wrong. He just pretty much said, well, that's how y'all think anyways. So then why are you friends with her? Because there's no such thing as friendship. It's a frenemy situation. It's benefits. That's exactly what it is. And this guy was absolutely right with what he said. He went in. And I said, damn, he got a point. He has a straight point with what he said. Like, nah, you need to hold her accountable. You know what I mean? And the whole Florida thing situation, I find it interesting that people want to use the whole Florida thing, but again, if people come with half of the energy that these two have come, like literally the way that Funky has talked about black women, the way that Heavenly has talked about everyone, if somebody came with them with half of that energy, all hell would break loose. It seems like it's the type of thing where they can dish it, but they can't take it. Let me see. When insecure minds collide, girl, tell you. Hi DW. If you notice his videos from the past and just really listen, he honestly doesn't like women. I stopped watching. Right, right. But here's the thing though. This is why I wanted to have this discussion. It's not, and again, because I can have this discussion with my gay male friends, we can have this open dialogue and understand like this is actually a thing. There are gay black men and there are black women who literally benefit off of each other, use each other's as accessories, but really cannot stand each other. Really cannot stand each other. And it's very interesting how those dynamics work, because honestly, a gay black man and a black woman are in no competition with each other. Like when you really think about it, like seriously, no competition. And for those who've made the comment before that, well, gay black men are trying to take our men, honey, let me explain something to you. If he was able to be taken and is in a relationship or doing something with that gay black man, he wasn't your man in the first place. He's gay. So that can't be it. So I don't know what it is, but like Locke said, insecurities and past wounds that haven't healed. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if Funky heard a lot of those comments about being gay from his own family. I don't know if he even grew up. Maybe he grew up hearing it all the time in his household. Because I don't see him talking a lot of mess like that when it comes to heterosexual straight black men. Does he talk that way about them? I don't think so. And maybe that's also a situation where he also feels like if he say too much crazy stuff about straight black men, he may see one of them in the streets versus black women. I don't know. But what I do know is the Chloe situation wasn't the first time. It wasn't. And it comes out of nowhere. Like he hasn't healed from his wounds, just like Heavenly hasn't healed from her wounds. So, oh, wait, his mom passed away? I think I remember hearing that his father passed away. His mom passed away, you guys? I didn't know that. How long ago did she pass away? And yes, you're right. That may explain a lot. You know what I mean? That may explain a lot. Now, I understand like more of the old school, you know what I'm saying, like Bible thumping in the church. But even still, there are people who may not believe in the lifestyle, but they're still respectful towards people in the gay community. Now, one actual YouTuber I saw said that he doesn't think that Heavenly is homophobic. Now, mind you, though, he actually has collabed with Heavenly before, but he said he doesn't think that she's homophobic. Is she ignorant? Yes, but not homophobic. And he said that he would prefer that if you are that way, at least he knows up front. At least he knows up front that you are that way. My thing is this: I prefer my racism up front too. I would prefer for you to just let me know that you don't like me because I'm black or you don't like me because I'm a woman. I would prefer that too, but that doesn't mean you're my friend. If I have to work with you, I have to work with you, but we not about to break bread. So, you know what I mean? Like he's pretty much admitting, yeah, this is how she thinks. This is how she thinks. But What's really going on here, in my opinion, and I think some have already said it in the chat, what's going on here, yeah, this is how y'all think. He's trying to put all black women in a group. This is how y'all think. This is how Heavenly thinks. And I don't care because I'm making money off of y'all. Period. This is the way you think. And since I make money off of y'all, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. And I think he's kind of said that time and time again. Now, if we start removing our support from him, of course, naturally, then he will probably rethink. But I think that's just the way that he thinks. He's not going to change. He's well in his 40s at this point, you know. And again, not saying that you can't evolve and change in your 40s. I feel you can evolve and change at any point, but do you want to? Especially when you have someone making the type of money that he's making. What's the incentive of changing if I can say whatever the hell I want to say and y'all still going to click and like the views anyways? And you know, cash at me or whatever the case may be. So the problem is, and furthermore, we don't know how to communicate and talk about our personal issues that we have had with each other in our community. And we also don't know how to stand for something, because that fake apology that Heavenly gave, that fake apology that she gave, a lot of people even felt like before she gave that apology, this wasn't going to cancel her. Okay, you said maybe it was the dad. Yeah, I think the dad has passed, but he may have had a bad relationship with his mother. His mother may have been the one who was talking bad about the gay community in the household. He probably had to hear it all the time. Most of her collaborations seem to be with gay men. Yeah, you don't see her doing with black women, huh? Because again, and I even said it that in my last episode, there are certain black women who don't like gay men. They just see them as an accessory. You know what I'm saying? They see them as an accessory, or they see them as, oh, okay, I can get my hair done by you. I can get my makeup done by you, but they don't necessarily respect them. Just like clearly when it comes to some gay black men, I will hang around you. I will do your hair. I will do your makeup. I will make my money, but I don't F with you. And say derogatory things like fish, or, you know what I'm saying, be the first one to call, you know what I'm saying, a black woman a bitch, or even, let's go there, there are some gay black men who feel like they will square up with a woman. You know what I mean? Will literally square up with a woman, and muscle bound and all. So, you know what I mean? Like, these are discussions that we need to have. And to me, it is so crazy how this just happened, and I just said this. I said there is a underlying beef between black women and gay black men. Not all, but there definitely is tension there. And to me, this is a perfect example of it. They're not friends. Bottom line, they're not. They are in exactly a transactional relationship. That's it. That's all. You cannot be my friend and say some stuff like that about me and my whole community, and I'm still going to say 10 toes down, well, yes, I'm still going to be friends, because that's how y'all think anyways. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine being black and one of your Asian friends, white friends, Hispanic friends sit up there and say some crazy stuff about black people, and say, you gonna say, oh, well, you know, yeah, I'ma still, you know what I'm saying, be friends with them because that's how they think anyways. Are you crazy? No, you gotta go. Absolutely not. There will be no more discussion. If I have to deal with you on a business end, it will strictly be about business, and that's it. But I ain't about to kiki with you and chill with you and stuff like that. But again, he'll do it, in my opinion, because it makes him money. It makes him money. Now, some people have stood 10 toes down and said, absolutely not. You have just disrespected not only myself, but people within my community, so I'm shutting it down. I would say Alexander Rogers is a great example of that. The way that he roasted the hell out of that woman, it's up and it's stuck for him. It's up and it's stuck. He has no desire to clearly work with her again. That is someone who is literally about his morals, values, and integrities. You're not going to play in my face and say some disrespectful stuff and still think that we going to be cool. It's time to roast your ass. And interesting enough, Alexander Roger roasted both of these people on the screen. He's roasted Funky, now Funky, and he's roasted Heavenly at this point. He's roasted both of them. So, yeah, I just wanted to have a quick conversation about this. They definitely hit the like button because to me, this just proves there's beef. There is beef. Okay. There is straight up issues. There are issues amongst the communities. There is. Will it ever change? I don't know. I don't think a lot of people are willing to have genuine conversations, which is why I do hold on to the friendships that I have, because me and my friends can sit down and talk about everything. And we can even talk to each other and say, I'm feeling uncomfortable in this conversation, but let's work through this so we can try to see where that's coming from. I love those type of conversations instead of getting so emotional where you feel like, oh, I got to block that person or I got to do this or I got to do that. You got to be able to speak to people because you're not going to be able, everybody's not going to think like you. So I can have those conversations. I don't think people are mature enough to have those conversations. I think social media has ruined people too, where they can just one click away, just block someone versus actually talking like adults. And then there's also egos involved too. So I don't know if we're ever going to get to that point. I don't even see why there is that issue. And that's why I said the only way I can think is that when you go back to people's childhoods, who picked on them the most? Who maybe misused them or mistreated them the most? You know what I mean? That probably has a lot to do with, and also how you were raised. Racism and hatred, you're not born with it. You're taught it. So the way that Heavenly's mother treated her, unfortunately, you don't think in that household, she probably had a lot to say about gay people in general, especially gay men. And from my understanding in Florida, they talk like that all the time. They use the F-bomb, the S word. They use all of that stuff like it ain't nothing. And somebody, I think V Baby said it was a great example. Kaya got a huge following from the LGBTQ community. She has a huge following. And she dropped them words left and right. And they laugh and kiki like, hey, it is what it is. But the moment that they don't like someone, and this is why I say with Funky, the moment he can't benefit off of someone or he doesn't like someone, had they said what Heavenly said, he would go to hell off and roast the hell out of that person on his YouTube page. But Heavenly is still beneficial for him. Heavenly got more followers. Heavenly is on a major show. So she's beneficial. And Kai still performs that part. Do you see what I'm saying? And maybe they like the fact that she stands 10 toes down on her beliefs. And they just ignore her or whatever the case may be because they feel like she's funny. But again, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. So if Kaya can do it, why can't someone else do it? You see what I mean? Like if Kai can do it, why can someone else do it? But this is what I'm saying. It's a frenemy thing. It's a friend, and it's y'all. I know my Florida crew people gonna be like, no, don't say that, Nicole. Don't say that, Nicole. Is it something about Florida people where they just ain't friends with nobody? Like let's keep it real here. Is this a Florida thing? Because when you really look about, let's look at the Florida folks here. You have Funky, Heavenly, T.S. Madison, Kaya, Tasha. Are they friends with anyone? Or is it all a transactional situation? So is this really a Florida thing? Like, what's going on here? And Oliver Twix. I found Oliver Twix on a YouTube show that was on YouTube that was popular. And also he was on the social media show. There have been issues with Oliver Twix. And he's had issues with T.S. Madison. So apparently that has been something that they talked about with Oliver Twix, that he ain't a friend to no one. Is it something in the Florida water? Didn't Dr. Heavenly do Funky's teeth recently? I don't know. He did get his teeth done. Did she do it? It's possible. It's possible, which is why I say transactional. Because if she did do it, he probably either got it done for free or he got it done at a cheaper rate because it's transactional and he probably promoted her business. So this is what I'm saying. Like it really does come off that damn. They're not genuine. Now, I already know my friends is probably gonna hit me up and text me like, you know, I'm from Florida. I don't get down like that. I know. But again, it seems like the ones who are making it, that's representing Florida, they got y'all looking like you ain't trustworthy and y'all gonna be on the front of me shit. And that's just what it is. Look at all the people that I named. They coming off more grimy than what they say about other places. You know, they always try to say New Yorkers are grimy. You sure Floridians, I think they call them Floridians, aren't grimy? Because damn. So then there it is. There it is. It's transactional. It's transactional. So he don't care what she think as long as he can still benefit off of her. And Heavily don't give a damn. She gonna get that fake apology because she needs to continue to benefit off of the gay community, which is continue to watch Married to Medicine, continue to buy into her products, continue to come and get their teeth done. And honestly, now that I've had several conversations about this and what I am seeing on the internet, Heavenly's gonna get another pass. Just like Funky's gonna get another pass. At this point, we have proven that they can say what the hell they want. Well, people who follow them have proven. I stopped watching the show, but they have definitely at this point proven we can say what the hell we want. You're still going to support us anyway. So what? I said it. I meant it. And what y'all going to do? They going to still subscribe. They're still going to like. They're still going to keep them in the algorithm. They're still going to make their money. And there are multiple businesses and ventures. And people are still going to support it. So cancel culture, my ass. They just set the tone. Yeah, they did. And to me, this is, like I said, is a perfect example of what I was talking about. That beef. I think you do a study on the hate of women and preferably Black women. Just look at the great characteristics of a Black woman from the way we think all the way down to the curves, maybe envy. You saying you think I should do a study, DW? You saying you think I should do a study? The hate of, are you talking about the hate of Black women? I mean, look, we are the most disrespected. We are the most disrespected. You know what I mean? We're the most disrespected. And I'm talking about the true melanated Black woman. You know what I mean? Like the most disrespected, the most disregarded. You know, like we aren't protected. And a lot of times we don't even protect each other. I mean, we can definitely see that. You see all of these beefs amongst Black women on YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just, it always seems like there can't be an actual like community, and it's sad. You know what I mean? It's really sad. No, I think if we did a study, oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, and it could be that, because let's be clear, we're not going to pretend like clearly they want, the mass majority want the curves that we naturally come with. They like, you know what I'm saying, the braids and all of that stuff. So they want to be able to take all of the good stuff that we've brought, but they can benefit off of it. But at the same time, we can't benefit off of what we created. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't get the benefits off of it. Other people can do it and they will make millions off of it, where we naturally have it and can still be living in the projects. You know what I mean? But you would think, and again, if it's a healthy relationship and people have healed on both sides, honestly, black women and gay black men can be the biggest allies for each other. Like real talk. Like real talk. Because when I tell you, my gay male friends have my back 10 toes down. Do you hear me? And they come from all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? Like they definitely, to big time, you know what I'm saying, in the corporate ladder all the way down. And they will have my back. But again, I think there has to be healing on both sides and feeling protected on both sides. And clearly, when we deal with a lot of these underlying these issues and these beefs, it's because a lot of people haven't healed and they have a lot of stuff that they need to like heal from before they can even accept the fact that this is an issue. Even TK Kirkland got people thinking it's a sin or insanity to be a stepfather. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? This sounds like a conversation I had with my hairdresser when it comes down to our hair and our curves, lips, etc. Absolutely. Absolutely. And people buying it from plastic surgeons to get it, what we naturally have, but they can make money looking like us because they're not us. You got a lot who are not black who bought them curves, bought them lips, and they can make money looking like that while we don't. I went to a predominantly white school, and when you have the different hairstyles, lips, and what I was constantly scrutinized and asked why this and that, and again, that also comes with ignorance and lack of knowledge. I have friends on all areas. I have white friends, I have Asian friends, I have, because again, California is a big melting pot. So I have friends on all sides, but again, we learn from each other because there were times where, oh, your hair is nice. You touch my hair. Don't touch my hair. Why can't I touch your hair? Because in the black community, we don't do that. You don't touch my hair, okay? First of all, we don't wash our hair every day. So I don't want your hands on my hair. I don't want it. So, we have those type of conversations, of course, a respectful conversation, but, there's just certain things culturally that they have no problem doing that we don't do. So, you just got to, and again, and then if they're not willing to learn and they still feel like they can do what they want, even with you telling them this is not what we do, and I'm asking you to not do it, if you still feel like you getting pushed back, then those aren't the people you need to be around, and you keep it moving. Because again, you value yourself and yourself and your peace more. So the fact that he was talking about how he's not about to disrupt his peace, you mean you're not about to disrupt your money, Funky? This has nothing to do with peace. You're not about to disrupt your bank accounts. So you still see that it's beneficial for you to be friends with Heavenly. Because to me, the moment that you feel like it's not beneficial for you to be friends with the woman, you have no problem, or you regardless feel like it's more beneficial to talk shit about that woman, you'll do it. Because didn't he have an issue with Claudia? And the moment he felt like Claudia was no longer beneficial to him, he made sure that on his page, he let it be known that he had an issue with Claudia. So this is what I'm saying. I think he truly just looks at women as transactional, and that's the same thing with Heavenly. So this is a frenemy situation. When I can benefit off you, I can benefit off you. The moment either one of them tank, you're going to really see it. You're going to really see it. Lately, when I go to my local grocer, I wear my natural hair. I get a lot of compliments from white women and some stares from black men. Yeah, I used to wear my hair natural all the time when I lived on the East Coast and didn't have a problem with it. I got back on the West Coast. I was definitely getting stares from black men. That's my personal experience. When I was on the East Coast, I literally, my hair was beautiful. It wasn't an issue, whatever the case may be. I got here. Yeah, I remember even one time at work, this one guy, this black guy, because there's this one girl who was trying to wear her hair natural. And he was telling her in front of me when I had my, my hair was natural. Now I do a lot of braids and stuff now because I've been like, working out lately. But he was telling her she needed to do something with that nappy shit. A black man. A black man. He was like, yeah, you need to do something with that nappy shit. And I was like, okay. And he knew he had to be mindful, and he stopped talking because he looked at me, looked at my hair, and he saw my face, and he realized like, oh, let me shut up. So yeah, that happens. And sometimes it's a coast thing too, but out here, child, if you are a black woman 10 toes down, a lot of the times you have a lot of black women. And again, it's about what they want. As long as you're doing your hair based off of what you want versus what they want, I don't have a problem with it because, again, I'll wear braids, I'll press my hair, I'll wear a weave. I'm one of those people where I'll switch it up in a heartbeat. I really will. Like, I will switch up my hair in a heartbeat, but as long as you're doing it for you. But yeah, definitely. And I have gotten compliments from white women too, and other women as well about my hair. But yeah, I definitely have gotten some stares from black men. So I agree with that, Mia. That happens often, especially again, depending on where you live. Now, Mia, if I'm not mistaken, you do live in Vegas, correct? Because Vegas at this point is mini California. So if I remember correctly, you live in Vegas. That's what you're getting. You're getting mini California and that mentality, because there's a lot of California people at this point that live in Vegas because it's not that far from where we are and it's cheaper. So yeah, so that's, but I wanted to talk, you guys, let's continue the conversation. I think pretty much both of them consistently show who they are. And it's really going to be up to people to actually shut it down. But again, here's the thing. Shutting it down, will it change how they are? I think this is how these people think. Heavenly, Funky, this is who they are. This is how they think. They're just saying what they need to say to try to get out of the situation or to put it back on other people versus holding that person accountable. Because I think Funky did that to just put it on black women in general versus holding Heavenly accountable with what she said, because he doesn't want to rock the boat with Heavenly. So he just put it all on black women. Same thing with Heavenly. Heavenly did that fake apology where she kept cutting her eyes, looking the other way, whatever the case may be, because she was trying to say business as usual. I apologize. Let's keep it going. Please support me and keep this money going. Keep this money going and flowing. Okay, yeah, so you're in Vegas. So yeah, Vegas is mini California. It is. But with that being said, you guys, let's continue the conversation below. Wasn't going to be on here long. Just wanted to have a quick discussion about this and really discuss this. And you tell me, what do you think the issues are between black women and black gay men? And for my crew who are not black, do you also see this in your community? Do you also see that, heterosexual women and gay men tend to have these issues? Do you see that there's really kind of a tension between them also? I would like to know. We just need to stand strong and who we are and call out and recognize BS when we see it. Yeah, but the problem is it's no matter who it's coming from. See, there's a thing with selective outrage where as long as that person, they like that person or they're a fan of that person, they don't want to hold that person accountable. So again, we have to actually say, regardless on how much I like you, you're wrong, you're freaking wrong. And that's the thing. Some of these people who actually like Heavenly will not call Heavenly out, just like some people who like Funky won't call Funky out. And what it leads to is people and their egos and arrogance, and they feel like at that point they can say whatever, do whatever, and there's no consequences. And that's not right. That's what we need to change and be able to have open discussions and dialogue without people getting pissed off. Now, again, we also need to understand that sometimes people have a certain tone. People need to stop with the passive aggressive nonsense and really have an open, vulnerable discussion amongst each other. And I think we could possibly get somewhere. We could, but people just need to grow the hell up, and people need to be honest and stop this nonsense. And also stop calling people your friend. What happened to friends actually having a real meaning? It don't have a real meaning anymore. People say friend when they know damn well they don't even like that person. What the hell is up with that? And my thing is, when you start calling people, a lot of people, your friend too much, if you're a friend to everyone, you're a friend to no one. And on that note, you guys, thank you guys so much for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on my next video. Toodles.